How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, I want to let you know we do this 5 days out of the work week. Maybe you had a long, maybe you had a stressful day, or maybe it was in market conditions while you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. Here it comes. Which rock group has 4 guys who can't sing or play instruments? Mount Rushmore. Not too bad. But anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is OCGN. Ended up having a healthy pullback inside of the market, and we're going to be talking about it today. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the technical analysis. We want to take a look at the price action, we want to know support, and we also want to know resistance. I wanted to see OCGN test that $7.90 level. It didn't happen, but we did pull back at a healthy area, but we'll talk about that further. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information and as well as recent institutional filings on Fintel. I feel this is great to know if you're a shareholder in OCGN. And then afterwards, we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution, where institutions loading up on shares while OCGN pulled back today. We're going to find out. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details that I want to share with you guys. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for OCGN. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $7.58, being down 0.92%. On the low, it tested $7.37, and then on the high, testing $7.72. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, we can see we traded at 8.036 million shares, and for the average volume over 10 trading days being at 9.966 million shares. So we just had a little bit below average volume, but keep in mind OCGN has gained a lot of momentum, so this is just a healthy pullback right here in my opinion. Now with the chart we're using, it's a 1-year daily chart. Taking a look at the RSI down below, we're around 53.81, and then when we take a look at our chart here, you can see we have strength above the 200-day. We continue to be above the 21-day EMA, and we're also below the 100-day. So what I wanted to see today was OCGN get to the $7.90 area. It got to 772, which is a known area of resistance. We had 771 yesterday, if you guys remember, and we were unable to get past it. So we ended up getting rejected again on the day. So as far as tomorrow, it would be great to see if we can make that move going to 790 and then seeing that $8 range, which I said we will face some resistance here due to the fact that it's lined up right on the 100-day, and you can see right here clearly there is possibly some selling pressure that we will experience before making a further move up. Now, as far as what we need to take a look at now is if it decides to pull back again tomorrow. The markets have been fairly choppy. So the good thing is we were able to close at 758 and stay above the 21-day EMA. So I look at it like this. If we could stay above $7.38, things look good. If we do decide to pull back further, then of course the next level we want to make sure to see hold up will be here around $7.14. So with all that said, let's see how things look going into tomorrow. I feel like if the market is very strong, then of course we can look forward to seeing that move to 790. But if it's not, we want to see continued support on those areas we spoke about. So we're on Fintel. We're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information for OCGN. So as we scroll down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So we can see some recent filings today for August the 24th. And of course, the most notable, we have BlackRock Advantage Small Cap Growth Fund that went in with just over 100 145,967 shares. We also have Morgan Stanley here. This was also on the 23rd, which we covered already, was just under 600,000. And then the next number behind what we saw for August the 24th would be right here at Bright House Funds Trust 2 MetLife Russell 2000 Index Portfolio Class A that went in with 67,787. So this is definitely great to see. Now, when we take a look at the short interest, scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 1.2 million, updated 16 minutes ago. And for the short borrow free rate, it is at 4.41%. Now, when we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see for the close of yesterday, it was at 44.32. And then on yesterday, it was 46.99. So we saw that it went down a little bit, but of course, OCGN continues to have short squeeze potential. And as far as for the overall market sentiment, it is fairly negative due to the high short interest. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for OCGN. So we can see here on the inflow, it's at 12,267. And then on the outflow, it is at 11,569. So we ended up having an inflow day. Now, as far as on the large, we had 0 for both. And then on the medium, it was at 7,764. And then on the small, it was at 4,504. This is the inflow side. Now, for the outflow side, on the medium, we had 6,628. And then on the small, we had 4,942. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, we see 0 for today. We also had 0 yesterday. The last time we had an inflow day was on the 20th and as well as on the 18th. So taking this all into consideration, institutions did not load up on any large scale orders whatsoever. But due to the fact that it did pull back quite a bit and we had more inflows, we could definitely see there was a lot of buying, and most of it was happening on the small and as well as the medium sized orders. And this is nothing to be shocked about either. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, yes, we didn't end up getting to the $7.90 level, but as far as this pullback is concerned, I believe that it is healthy. You can't have stocks continuing to run, and a steady climb is what we're really looking for when it comes to this play. When we went on Fintel, we could see that OCGN does continue to have short squeeze potential, so I know many of you will be excited to actually hear about that. So if we end up having a lot of volume coming in through the stock, or we have certain catalysts that end up coming through, then we could see some strong moves in overall price action. As far as the further details that I wanted to talk to you guys about inside of this video, Joe Biden has came out and told a lot of companies, hey, make sure for your employees they need to have COVID vaccine. So they need to go out there due to the fact they did get Pfizer to get full FDA approval. Biden's really trying to push it to make sure people go out there and get vaccinated. And if you're going to work for certain companies, it should be a requirement. Again, this is not set in stone whatsoever. It's just Biden communicating with big companies. And we've seen it across saying certain companies, especially like Disney, that went and said, well, you know what? All of our employees, they need to be vaccinated if they want to be at the parks and so on working. So taking this all into consideration, this could definitely end up being a domino effect, and a lot more companies might participate in doing this. And it brings even more importance of the reasons why you need to be vaccinated. And since Ocugen is trying to get covaxin into the US and as well as Canada, you already know this brings a lot of attention to the overall sector in general, and it's part of the reasons why us having this healthy pullback is normal. So we want to see what it ends up doing going into tomorrow, and if it pulls back, I already talked about those areas that you really need to look out for. That's all I pretty much have for you guys. I don't like giving you too much speculation. I want to make sure the information that I share with you inside of these OCGN videos are solid, they are valid, and they are well backed up. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.